Hi, so yesterday I ended off with, in my story that I'm going through at times, chronologically, I think, I'm not sure at this point, but I ended up with, in that in between stage, not having an actual cancer diagnosis yet, but looking as if that might be what's going on, and perhaps that's an answer to how poorly I felt, which was very fatigued, pressure, blood in my urine, and just not quite getting an answer for over a year with three different urologists. Finally, at a fourth urologist. It's kind of windy here. My wind chimes are chiming, which is wonderful, on my front porch. But anyway, now I'm at the point in my journey where I'm ready to go in, and the doctor's going to go in and scrape the lining of the bladder for urothelial cancer. And I had never really had surgery before, ever. This was supposed to be an outpatient procedure. Turned out to be inpatient for a few nights because of bleeding. But I was really a novice at medical procedures like this. So I showed up and I went to the hospital and for the first time went under anesthesia, and of course was nervous about the whole procedure, but thinking, praying, trying to pray and give control over to God, and working on acceptance that I'm in this journey now, but hopeful that it would be a very quick thing, maybe even one and done, that he would find what he found and it wouldn't be cancer, which was highly unlikely, and which was not the case. He did find a very serious high grade cancer, urothelial cancer. But anyway, I went in to the hospital, and as I recall it now, I remember waking up in a recovery room and my legs shaking because of the pain. But I remember the doctor coming in, and he just kind of checked me out but didn't say anything. And I said to him, "How did it go?" And he turned his back towards me and was walking out the room. And he said something like, "Fine." Went fine. And I thought to myself, even at that point, ooh, that doesn't sound good to me. Like, there's no reassurance. It sounds like something went wrong. And so it turns out that I had a Foley catheter in and all that. Turns out that I kept bleeding. And the news was, as I remember, was that the bladder had been punctured, and I don't know that blood. It was. I think it's because he had to go deeper into the bladder to get these nodules out. Turns out there was like 5 tumors in there, and he went in and it was deeper and it kept bleeding. So they kept me actually for 2 nights. And it was interesting. I had never been inpatient before, and I recall some people coming to visit me who I really didn't know that well, and some church people. I think they were well-meaning, but I was puzzled. I was sitting in bed thinking, I wonder why they're here. I mean, I know why they're here logically, but I was like, I don't really know them that well, and that started down my path of a 21-year journey into how do I relate to people that are trying to relate to me in a cancer journey. And in my journey, things kept going from bad to worse. Surgically, the news, and eventually, after 10 years, the news in 2015 was call hospice, go home. You're going to do an end of life journey. So, but at this point, I still didn't have my pathology. I didn't have a diagnosis yet. And of course, that was a whole nother matter of going to the doctor's office and getting that. That's very imprinted in my mind of getting that first diagnosis. But again, I think that how I thought about this whole thing was I was hopeful that this was going to be a fairly easy thing and that I wouldn't really struggle and suffer with it, and even that it wouldn't be cancer. But I was entering that realm, and I mentioned it before, where I was not in control, and how was I going to accept not being in control, and what role does my higher power really play? I mean, the cancer journey for me has been not only a self-discovery, but a discovery of who my higher power is, because he allowed both harm and incredible closeness to happen. There's that tension there between, I would later find out, deep harm, deep suffering, and yet deep intimacy, deep connection. And I'll explain what that looked like in future videos. But if you're going through a cancer journey, my prayers are with you. I got to the point, I did 2 years of a podcast, a book, and have spoken extensively at churches and other venues about my journey. But I'm at the point where I say, it's an invitation. It's an invitation. And it's like, well, Peter, what do you mean an invitation? Well, it's an invitation to step into a place in your life where you're not in control. And that comes with both blessings and curses, right? And so there's a lot of things that happen when you recognize that you're on a journey that could end in your life and you're really not in control. And in my journey, I really discovered where the rubber meets the road for me. So I hope that you're blessed. Bye.